This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
We welcome you back inside of Oak Ridge High School. It is now time for the host, Oak Ridge Pioneers, to take on the visiting Evan Trojans. Glad that you're with us, Joel Hillsman and Justin Brantley, as we complete the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic right here on SUV TV. Oak Ridge will be all in the white tops and white bottoms, and they've got white lettering, but they're trimmed in green with the numbers, and Evans is all in white. Evans is all in gray with green numbers, and one immediately right off the bat, Fabio Basile.
And once he gets going, he's like an old car with bad brakes.
Oh, wow.
Once he gets going, there's no stopping him. You're just in trouble at that point.
Jalen Reese also we're going to keep our eyes on.
You do not want to let Fabio get started. The student section here.
Steve Reese, of course, the head coach for Oak Ridge. Boy, that Fabio Basile free throw is no good. The rebound comes off now to Jashawn Melvin. It is Avery Anderson, Jashawn Melvin, Chad Stewart, Michael Blackman, and Melvin McQuay, the five that started for the Evans Trojans, who come in at 2-1 on the year and are averaging 76 points per game offensively, defensively allowing 65 points per game. Three ball off the mark, no good. A rebound now going to come up this way. I love Oak Ridge. I love Coach Reese, but I hate them white numbers. Even if I'm sitting right here on the floor. Jalen Reese with the rebound in possession. Reese pulls three. Good. Jalen Reese a three. 5-0 ball game just like that. Quickly racing in is Anderson. Anderson now whips it back to the top. They'll work it around, bounce it down low in the block. He lost it between the legs. He now recovers it back. Blackman. Blackman now gives it over, and here is Chad Stewart. Stewart hands it, and Melvin, the 5'10 senior guard, will operate it, worked on by Basile. Into the corner now to Stewart. Stewart drives, turns. Foul call as he went right into Lewis Jones. Jalen Reese, Lewis Jones, Elijah Elliott, Fabio Basile, and now they're going to say that's a travel or offensive foul.
And there we had a look at Jalen Reese stepping into that triple there. This 2025 class is impressive in the state of Florida.
Tyler Johnson catches now, along with Reese, Jones, Elliott, and Basile, the starters for Oak Ridge. Kick it back out. Reese decided not to pull it, so now Reese going to go on the right side. Stop, elbow, jumper, good. Jalen Reese. 7-0, quick out of the gate. Catch in the middle, turn up, and one with Michael Blackman.
That's not the foul you want there. You know, if you're going to foul him, you got to make sure he doesn't get an opportunity to get that shot up. It's going to be Jalen Reese's first.
Seven to 3 after the three-point play. Floating, Basile scores. Fabio Basile, the 6'5 senior.
I told you that Lincoln Continental needs some new rotors, so you don't want to get it started. As he starts going downhill, it's over. There he is.
Looks inbound, caught, fire, Melvin, three, no. Board, high, Johnson poked away, but he recovers it. Johnson whips it quickly up ahead to Basile. Basile angling across, and he was fouled.
Yeah, the pace of this game, you can already tell Oak Ridge came out here ready to run.
And you just think about how young and youthful and energetic this Oak Ridge squad is. Basile at the free throw line, taking a look there with Coach Stephen Reese right there in your picture. Basile first free throw is good. And he's talking right there to his son, Jalen Reese, number 2, the point guard, freshman. 11-3 ball game, Oak Ridge with the lead. Now going to come across the timeline, work with it now is Avery Anderson. Anderson, Euro steps, pops it inside, stop, turn, dumps down low, tried to get it blocked. He did get it blocked as he tried to go up for the dunk. They fight for it, stop, still fight for it. Now kick it back out, now work it with Melvin. Basile going to work on Melvin. Melvin dumped it down low. There's the dunk from Michael Blackman. So Blackman now trying to come out and press the energy button. 11-5. Open. Reese, 3, bottom of the net. Jalen Reese a 3, his second triple. Drive all the way, left hand lay, good. Right back at him is Deshaun Melvin. Whips it up to the corner. Down the lane, lost it. Johnson recovers. Johnson, jumper. Heel of the rim, side off, no. Baselli dropped it back to Johnson. Up and the foul. Tyler Johnson, a sophomore, 6'5" and 1.
This team is extremely young.
Exactly.
But they're talented. You know, so you're watching this team, and you're going to have to contend with this Oak Ridge roster for a long time.
And they've played together for a while at high levels already through their youth.
Yep.
And you cannot discount the experience that they've already gained and ascertained. The first free throw is off as he tried to go for the and one. 16-7. Oak Ridge, the Pioneers, leading the Trojans of Evans. Tip out of bounds. And we'll go to Oak Ridge. Here comes Reese across the timeline, now hands it off. They'll bounce it. Johnson gives it off now to Lewis Jones. Jones to Baselli. Baselli whips it underneath. Beautiful layup, good. Tyler Johnson, yes. Even when you're sitting courtside, and I love Nike, but this idea they should have trashed. Layup, no good. Rebound comes off, but I love you, Cole. I love him, but it's just hard on the announcer. Reese, no good. Rebound, pop. Johnson tried to fight for it. Johnson got the rebound. Baselli, open 3, no. Rebound ripped off Evans is very active. Chad Stewart got the board and his foul. You gotta love the activity from the Evans Trojans.
You know, I'm really impressed by the way that the youth on this Oak Ridge roster is playing. You know, they're playing with a lot of confidence. Jalen Reese didn't hesitate. He shot that, and he knew that he needed to. He stretches the floor with his ability to shoot the basketball, so anytime he's open, he's got to shoot that shot. I really love the confidence from him.
And they'll come across the timeline. Stop, not there. Kick it back out, and they'll swing it off now. Inside, and a foul is called. Turnover, out of bounds. And it will be Oak Ridge basketball. Just over 4 minutes gone by, 18-7. Glad that you're with us. Wherever you are, the SUVTV.com. 3-ball off the mark by Elliot. Rebound, back Baselli, a 3 out of the corner. Fabio Baselli, a triple. And a timeout call by Evans. At the 3:34 mark, the timeout will be a full timeout with 3:34 to go. Evans out of the full timeout. Whip pass to the corner. Open a 3 is on the way. It's no good. Tip. Rebound comes off now to Baselli. Baselli up ahead to Reese. Jalen settles it down now over to the left. Quick over. 3-ball. Bottom. Was that Elliot? Yes, it was. Elijah Elliot, his first triple. Fourth triple of the day for Oak Ridge so far. Right now, Micah Blackman is doing most of the lifting for this Evans-Elliott bunch.
Yeah, they're going to need him and everybody else to raise their level on both ends of the floor, or they run into a chance of Oak Ridge running them out this gym.
Here's Reese. Reese catch up to Basili. No. Rebound comes off and a push now with Melvin. Melvin quickly into the forecourt. Pushes it over on the left side on the baseline drive. Had his man cutting. That's his fault. The man was cutting, Micah Blackman. He points to his chest. Alex Daniels responsible for that turnover. Oak Ridge now will come across the timeline with Basili. Basili has it. They'll work it around. Stop. Open. Three. No. Rebound ripped off. Lead pass up ahead. And now here's Anderson in that corner. Anderson stopped. Had to pick up the dribble. He doesn't have a dribble. Now they're in his face. Gets it back out now to Melvin. Joshawn Melvin has it. Looking to make his move. Does. Left hand and finishes. Joshawn Melvin his second field goal. Well, Blackman and Melvin came to play. Now we have to find out who else for Evans wants to play. 24-9, 15-point ball game. Basili a three. Off the mark, no. Rebound out of the guard spot is Alex Daniels. Here's Melvin. Lead pass up ahead to Blackman. Blackman pass whipped over to the corner. Set, fire, three, bottom. Three ball knocked in by Avery Anderson.
Well, and that's what this Evans squad did. Needed. There is no 15-point play. So there's nothing that's going to bring them back. They've got to chip away at it, and they need multiple guys to show up and play hard.
Turn, look down low. Jones pass, and a foul is called. Avery Anderson hit with the foul. It's Oak Ridge Brunch. Coach Reese and what he's done with this program. He brought him to Georgia a couple times. And, he's had a lot of players, but, man, you get me talking about Robin Perry. Boy got range when he get off the bus. Now, he came up to Georgia and Wheeler Gymnasium. I think it was the first year that gym was open. And he burnt every net in there. If I had a shot chart, bro, it didn't matter which basket. I remember we was playing in the apple bracket. Oh, my God, Barry Browner was on the call with me. And Robin Perry was shooting arrows. Basili turns up short, rebound, got it back. Basili dropped it off, layup inside, good.
Basili is so active. He finds a way.
Tyler Davis with his first field goal coming off of the bench, 26-12. 1 minute remaining here.
You spoke earlier in the game about Oak Ridge's points per game average. Where'd you have them at?
75.5 points per game.
I can see that.
Yes. Inside, turn, up, no. And that coming on, that does not include the 80 last night, so probably about 77 after the 80-35 victory last evening.
They're pacing 100 right now.
20, yes they are, 26-12. Reese bounces it over. Now here comes Jones. Jones up, no one was fouled.
Looks like they called him for a travel there.
Tyjon Massey, they call him TJ, checks into the ball game now for the first time, number 5 for Evans. Evans in the gray with the green numbers and trim, and Oak Ridge, the Pioneers, are all in white with green trim. 26-12, 29 and 4/10 seconds. And now here is Anderson flying in, layup good, Avery Anderson. Evans not going away.
Yeah, Avery Anderson stepped up. That's his 5th point here in the first quarter. He knows that somebody's going to have to step up for them. Might as well be him.
Reese dribbles, lost it, push call.
Coach Reese able to get him a 30-second timeout there.
With 12.6 to go, them late timeouts there.
He said, I might as well use it. I can't take it home with me.
Yeah, but I'm going to do that in the fourth quarter. 26-14. Evans, I mentioned, coming in at 2-1 on the year, and they lost to Windermere Prep. Their wins have came to Lake Brantley and the Masters Academy. Take a look at our HGV TV B-roll action there. Melvin with that drive and scooping lane. (26-14). 12 and 16 seconds. Call that timeout, but now drawing it up, coming out of the timeout with the quarter break coming. Into Fabio. Fabio Basile walk. That's why those timeouts are costly.
Well, I mean, when you walk on the out of a timeout,
it hurts. It hurts. Yeah. 7 seconds. Quickly up. Steal. Can he get it off in time? He does. Well, they wound up getting the hoop out of it. The layup by Elijah Elliott. And it is a 28-14 Oak Ridge lead. They've got them doubled up through a quarter.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
We're back for the second quarter of action.
With Oak Ridge a commanding doubled up lead, 28-14 on Evans in the final game of the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic. The catch, flip it out, open, 3-ball, good ball movement. Amari Davis, a 3-ball. Wait a second. Okay. Foul call. And it will be on Davis, who just hit that 3.
He's feeling himself a little bit. Here we're going to get another look at that 3. This Oak Ridge Steve Reese team, you can tell they practice shooting quite a bit. First free throw good from Ja'Shawn Melvin.
Melvin, a 5'10" senior, showed good hustle and activity in that first quarter with 4 points. And sticks in both free throws. They fight for it underneath, and Evans is going to come away with it.
Yeah, this Evans team is definitely playing extremely scrappy defense.
Inside, whips it around the horn. They'll peel it back out now with Chad Stewart. Stewart looks and gives it to TJ Massey. TJ going to go right of the lane, goes up. It's sent away. A rejection by Fabio Basili.
Fabio Basili is active on both ends of the floor. He can score, defend, facilitate. I really like his game.
Love it when a player is able to give you all of those things in one. Especially when it's required and they do it because it's in the nature of their game. Steal. Pioneers running. Up. No. And a foul call. They'll go to the free throw line. Free throw on the way by Johnson. No good. He has another one coming. He's struggling just a little bit. 0 of 2 today from the free throw line. That's your Oak Ridge student section. Feeling it some kind of way today. Lane violation. That will get wiped off. 31-16. Coming up on a minute and a half gone by in this second quarter. Traveling violation.
One step too many.
Reese goes out of the ball game. Jalen Reese. And Oak Ridge will be in possession and come across the timeline and work it with Elijah Elliott. Elliott around the screen. Elliott lost it on his way up, driving into the paint. A turnover. Evans comes out there running. Flips it to the corner. Open. 3. Melvin. Yes. Jashawn Melvin.
They've slowly battled their way back into this ball game.
12-point ball game. On the drive, Reese retreats, step back, 3 ball, no. Rebound comes off, Melvin is in there. Cannot tell me he doesn't worry about the name on the jersey. Now Fabio gets summoned off of the bench. Melvin at the free throw line. The lefty puts it up and in good. Melvin 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
Yeah, Melvin's been the bright spot for Evans so far. He's carrying them.
Yep, 10 points in the contest so far. Got 5 strong points from Micah Blackman earlier, but Melvin now with 11, and it's a 10-point ball game, 31-21. He is showing that he's leading by example. Here is Reese going to get the screen. They don't use it. Reese now going to go down the lane, whip the pass in there. Melvin, great hustle, deflected it, tried to save it, and went out of bounds as it hit the underneath of the basket. Good look at Jashawn Melvin.
You know, I really like Reese's ability to get downhill and scan the floor, utilize his vision to facilitate.
On the drive, all the way, and a block. And Reese's foul. And a little staring. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen. Warnings issued. I felt it just by the way he looked at him. Henry Koletsky. Did he call double T or warning?
Double technical, yeah.
So now a technical foul called on Jalen Reese and a technical foul called on Henry Koletsky. And I think that's the worst call in high school. Double tech is just give them a warning and be done with it. Because when you tee them up, the tee counts against them, and it's a personal foul, but nobody gains an advantage. You just wanted it to be put in the book.
Yeah.
Reese will get one more free throw. Missed them both. There's Massey. Massey makes his move. He whips it over to the left side, and then they'll come. Driving, could not get it to go over the lip of the rim, would not go for Stewart, and a whistle call.
This game's being officiated a lot tighter than the previous games.
Well, the officials, 2 of them, want you to know they're here.
I can see that.
Elliot, free throws coming up. (32-21). We didn't have. I mean, the fouls have just started flying in this second quarter. (33-21). Gonna be out of bounds. They actually have kind of killed the flow of the game. And
yeah.
If I was Evans, I would be a little upset because I pushed and cut this thing down to 10. Looking, and get it into Johnson. Check it, Jones, excuse me, Lewis. Making the move, Elijah, all the way off the window and score.
Nice finish.
Elijah Elliott with the score. 35-21, lead pushed back up to 14, which is where it was when we began the quarter. Driving, knocked away, out of bounds. Offensive foul call. I don't like that call. Let me tell you why.
Let's take a look at it.
He already had the ball knocked out of his hand. Yeah, I don't like that call. Yeah, I don't like that call. No call. And if the ball's not knocked out of his hand, okay. Ball's knocked out of his hand, though. Elliott drives up, no. Try to tip dunk, no. Rebound comes off now to Evans. And they'll come up, pick it up, and swing it over now to Melvin. Melvin circles around, and another whistle.
Yeah, we've had a barrage of whistles here.
Foul called on Tyler Davis. We've had 18 fouls just called. I mean, free throw Melvin is no good. We're shooting free throws on every call the rest of the way as well now, mind you, and we've got 4:37 to go. But Silly flies in and scores.
He attacks downhill so well.
Bounce, knocked away, saved, and it's a turnover as Oak Ridge comes away with it. And now here is Reese with a pass up high, caught in the corner. Elliott will come back out. Check it, that's Jones. No, that's Elijah Elliott. Shot is up, no good. Rebound is tipped, it's knocked away. They try to save it, and out of bounds. The hustle has been there.
On both ends. Both these teams are playing hard, that's one thing for sure. Even though Evans has been slightly overmatched and they've been out of the game for a large portion of it, they've been playing hard.
Inbound, knocked away. Vasily comes away with it. Vasily to the hoop, up, whistle call. And the whistles per second now are gargantuan. 37-21, and we are at a snail's pace. Foul called on Chad Stewart, the 6'4" senior, and Vasily will be at the free throw line. Vasily, the 6'5" senior, is 2 of 3 from the free throw line today. Free throw off the mark, no good.
The question is going to come down to, are we going to have enough guys to finish this game with all the foul calls?
I don't think we done got there yet.
Well, I mean, we're still in the first half.
We can't even get to halftime right now. open. 3, no. Rebound, foul. So the Fox 40s are working. Stewart hit with the foul. Look, he done called so many fouls, he don't know if we're in the bonus or the double bonus. It is the double bonus. Basili at the free throw line. Good. You ever been a ref, Justin?
No.
Could you be a ref?
Zero desire.
Well, I talk about it because I've done it. Free throw jumper, good. Not free throw jump, but a 15-foot jump from Melvin. Layup, good. And the point of the ref is to never be seen.
Yeah, I can't have people yelling at me all day. Like, that's not good.
I easily can do that. You can yell all day.
What did the great philosopher Erykah Badu say? I'm sensitive.
Man, please tell me you joking. Don't do that. Do not do that.
I realized I couldn't finish the quote because we are on family-friendly TV here.
Wow. Yeah, no, I don't care. I don't have to answer to you. I ain't got to say nothing. You can yell all you want. Basili is good. What happens is if the people are yelling and you start responding, that shows your weakness.
Yep. No, see, I'm like the comedian that starts to get heckled. I'm gonna talk about you.
Oh, really? Well, now, I'm not going to say some facetious calls wouldn't be made in there. You know, if you're telling me it's 3 seconds and I know it's 3 seconds, I know I'm not going to call it. Basili again.
Yeah, he's on fire. He's putting on a show.
Two and a half to go, second quarter. But see, that's what happens when the game starts slowing down because of fouls. We start having these kind of conversations.
Yep.
44-27. Basili goes out, and checking in is Elijah Elliott, the 6'3" sophomore.
Basili has 16 in the first half with 4 missed free throws. He could have easily had 20.
You give him credit for his 3 in the first quarter?
You said what?
You give him credit for his 3 in the first quarter?
I might have missed it. You got him at 19?
Mm-hmm. He had 9 in the first quarter. Oh, no, 16. You're right. Yeah, 2-4. Yeah, okay. I'm bored, man. The refs done killed me for a minute. I'll be on track in the second half. Free throw is no good. It's good from, let's check it. Melvin McQuaid with his first free throw attempt. He has one more coming. This has been the longest second quarter of the day.
Yes.
Reese,
for 3.
3, no, rebound tip. And it'll be second chance and another whistle. This time a violation, traveling.
I like the defensive pressure Oak Ridge is bringing here.
Nice lay on the move from Alex Daniels. 44-31. Reese, 3, no. Rebound. Good work in there. And a foul to be called. we have any more fouls. I'll try to find another language to say the word foul. Amari Davis, 6'8" freshman at the free throw line. Davis has knocked in a 3-ball and misses his first free throw attempt. 1:32 to go, second quarter. Free throw in and out, no.
.44-31, just under 90 seconds remain.
Corner three, good. Rattled a three in. And Melvin McQuaid shows the range. 10-point game again, 44-34. Basili, no good. Rebound ripped off by Daniels. Alex Daniels has it with a minute to go. On the drive, left hand lay. Anderson is off the mark. Basili gets the rebound coming back for Oak Ridge. Makes the move between his legs and flips it up, no good. Tip, no. Rebound, fought for, peeled away, came out. Here's Elwin. Melvin leaves it off for Blackman, who missed the dunk.
That's tough.
Yeah, it is. It was.
Had an opportunity to cut into the lead a little bit and provide a spark to his bench.
Now you're trying to hope that that doesn't become a 4 or 5 point swing. Drive, jump pass, in the corner. Ball movement, Reese, three, no. Tip, fought for, inside, out of bounds. Evans ball, 14 and 17 seconds. Can still make it positive and productive for you. All right, so it'll be baseline out of bounds. Tipped away. Try to save it with 6 seconds. With 5, here's Anderson. With 4, with 3, Anderson floater in the lane. Could not get it to go. And the ball game is at halftime. It is a 44-34 Oak Ridge lead over Evans at the half right here. The SUVTV.com.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Tamara Brown with SUV TV at the CP3 Rising Stars Camp.
SUV TV's 2019 NBA Draft Day coverage.
Anthony Edwards Collegiate Decision presented by the Georgia Hoop Circle on SUV TV.
SUV TV brings the game to the audience.
You give a better focus on the actual game at hand. Sometimes you could tell it's just a running camera by itself sitting there, but with SUV TV, it's more of a personal experience.
Just the exposure, being able to see games that you normally wouldn't be able to see, not only here locally, but across the country.
Those angles make you pick up different things as a coach, as an evaluator. They're giving you great quality, nobody talking in the background. I think it brings basketball to the forefront.
Whether it's a family member was in a different state, they can watch the game, or just bringing in more coverage for these players, or if it just allows us to raise more money for something like Susan G. Komen. And so I think this event has grown because you guys have been a part of it the whole entire time.
SUV TV has given a different light to kids that don't always get the best exposure.
The commentary that goes along with the games, I think is always interesting.
Touchdown. Oh!
Yes, sir.
It brings something to the table that no other streaming aspect can bring, no matter how hard they try right now.
Game time, Avian Williamson
at the buzzer.
That is how you get the Peachtree Corners Invitational started. And that will do it. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome back inside Oak Ridge High School. We get ready for the second half. Oak Ridge leading Evans 44-34, just in a game in which Oak Ridge, you've seen and felt have had their hands all over it, but Evans fighting and 10-point game at the half, you can't ask for much if you're Evans.
Well, you know, they say, don't give up, don't ever give up. And that's what's happening here. You know, Evans, they understand, hey, we're playing against a really good Oak Ridge team, but guess what? We're good too, and we're going to battle tooth and nail. We're going to find a way to still be in this ball game. They're doing a great job, and I really, you can really appreciate the effort and the level of intensity that they're bringing to the table here.
Third quarter will be underway. Evans will be in possession first. They're all in gray tops, gray bottoms, green numbers and lettering, little fine white trim, and Oak Ridge all in white tops, white bottoms, white numbers, green trim. Second half is underway. Fabio Basili, 16 points leading the way. Elijah Elliott had 9. And Jalen Reese came out with a quick 8 in that first quarter. Those are the leaders for Oak Ridge. And, of course, 13 points from Jyshawn Melvin. And what was a foul fest-filled first half.
Yeah.
Jump ball, going to be Oak Ridge basketball. Reese will take it out, baseline out of bounds, and he gets it back and bounces it over, and they'll work with it. Lewis Jones, and another foul called, offensive foul on Basili by this same official. I don't know. He done called so many fouls. 44-34. Anderson driving. Anderson goes up. No. Rebound comes off, and now here comes Oak Ridge. They're going to push it up ahead to the right. Open. 3. Reese. In and out. Rebound. Brought down. Elliot underneath. Turns. Dropped it off. Too much passing, but they get the bucket with Jones. Check it. Tyler Johnson, number 3 with the hoop.
Yeah, sometimes you can have one pass too many, but he was able to finish it there.
And see, that also can cost you a 3-second. And we're close to getting a 3-second violation there. Chad Stewart makes the move. Everybody within the 7-foot radius of us did the same exact thing. Foul on Tyler Johnson, his first, team second. And we're not even a minute and a half into the second half. Chad Stewart at the free throw line, 6'4" senior. First free throw is up and off the mark, no good. I love it. I love it. Free throw. No, he missed them both. So here is Reese. He spins it to the left side. Be interesting when Dr. Phillips and Oak Ridge tangle.
Yeah. I believe Fabio has 4. He might want to be careful here.
Oak Ridge with victories over Santa Fe Camp and Leesburg. And in a win last night over Point City Cow. On the drive, left hand lay, Melvin good. Jyshawn Melvin continues his strong effort. He has 15. It's still just a 10-point ball game. Johnson at the top, jab stepping, puts it on the floor, gonna go on the attack and score. Lewis Johnson, his 4th point of the night. On a block by Elliot.
That was a great contest there. We're going to get another look at it. He was hustling down. And that all starts with being in the right place at the right time, getting back on the defensive end.
Inbound.
Near steal.
Lost it and a walk. Chad Stewart hit with the turnover. Too many steps. Alley, caught, no oop. Put it on the floor, goes back up and in good for Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson started to come alive here in the second half.
Indeed, 8 points in the contest. Lead swells to 14. Open, 3. Left side, hill of the rim, no good. They tip, fight for the rebound, and Vasily comes away with it. Vasily into the full court, now pushes off. He's between the top, now gives it back to the basket. Now gonna turn, jumper, got the roll. Tyler Johnson warming to the task in his third quarter. And it's a 52-36 margin with 4:38 to go. Melvin looks for it, stops, fakes the pass. Now gonna come on the drive all the way, and it was rejected and out of bounds.
16-point lead here for Oak Ridge. Evans is gonna have to step up and do something here, not now, but right now, if they want to keep this game close.
Yeah, they've had the mark of hanging and keeping it around 10. Anderson 3, no good. Rebound underneath, stop, up, no, lost it. Evans crowd upset. They wanted to whistle that time. Turning, jump hook, Blackman, no. Rebound comes off to Johnson. Johnson now turns on the Jets and is going to go down the lane and put it up with the left hand. He didn't plan to do that, but it just happened to work out that way for him. 54-36. And a timeout call.
And we're going to get another look at it. He was able to plant and finish. I didn't think he was going to be able to get away with it because he was just waiting on somebody to stop ball.
Yes. Yes, 54-36 with 4:17 to go here, third quarter. The Breast Cancer Awareness Classic right here on SUV TV for the 10th year. Glad that you have been with us. We've had some pretty good, exciting games. The day has gone fast. But it's always that way. They always go fast when you're in the gym and having fun. Baseline out of bounds. Avery Anderson, the 5'8" sophomore, will be taking it up. Melvin flipped it up there. And now here's Vasily. Vasily gonna make his move. He flips it up off the window, no good. Tipped out of bounds, and it'll be off of Oak Ridge. And now here comes Tyler Davis into the contest.
Oh, they let him out.
Broke free and scored. Avery Anderson. Reese in the paint, whips the pass over to the corner. The 3 is on the way, bottomed it out. The assist, and Lewis Jones hits the 3, showing the range off of the Reese assist.
Right back.
His drops in his second 3. Turnover. Back this way. Anderson, no. Rebound ripped off. Outlet, get it up ahead. And now a layup is good for Elijah Elliott. Oh, man, left the paint wide open. Jimmy Brown, his first field goal. (59-43) now Coach Reese is saying what he wants to occur now in a foul call. So Vasily is coming in, and it gets Elijah Elliott.
There we had a recap of close to above the rim action there from Elijah Elliott.
Yes, we did. Split the D, but a turnover. Outlet. Here comes McQuay. Driving and one for Jimmy Brown. You know, this is dangerous territory.
Yep.
231.
Yep.
Evans is not gonna quit, and if Oak Ridge continues to be sloppy, it could tighten up. And this is a team you don't want to have late close.
Especially with the foul trouble.
Yes. 59-45. Baselli. No. Follow dunk. Yes. From Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson having himself a whale of a third quarter. He has 10 in the quarter, 14 in the game. Anderson. No shot clock in the breast cancer awareness classic. And that's blocked out of bounds. Speaking of, you can see Evans, all of their players wearing the pink socks.
Yeah, that was a big time follow there from Tyler Johnson.
Drive, Melvin, not there. No look, back to the basket, turn, bothered and blocked. Good job by the defense. Reese comes away with it, but he'll be hit with a traveling violation. Good job, though, inside by Tyler Davis defensively, 6'6" sophomore. And we talked about it, the youth of this Oak Ridge squad.
And I was expecting to see this move come a little bit earlier from Evans. Size is not at a premium here in this ball game. There's not a lot of size down low, so that is where I think there's an advantage for Evans if they can get down low and feed the paint. So they put some of the bigs in, and we're going to see how that impacts the game.
Baseline out of bounds, looking, and they get it in. And here's McQuay driving and scoring. Melvin McQuay with it, open three, Davis, no good, rebound, McQuay. 61-47 and a foul in the backcourt. And this one is on Tyler Davis, and now Baselli gets up and comes right back in. Davis goes out. And I can see Coach Reese now, he's kind of getting upset with some of the sloppiness that he's seeing from his basketball team.
Yep.
Here comes Melvin across the timeline. Three ball, Melvin. No, board, hit the floor, rebound comes to Oak Ridge, and here comes Baselli.
And if a couple of those threes fall, we could see an interesting game down the stretch here.
Baselli, layup good. That's what I'm saying. That you can just feel they're flirting with trouble, unnecessary trouble. Sometimes mom said, don't play with your food. And the game has I don't want to say a street ball feel to it, but
it's definitely an unpolished kind of feel.
Yeah.
Both teams are playing relatively sloppy. Oak Ridge just a little bit more skilled. And when in sloppy games like this, the skill level cream tends to rise to the top a little bit. So you're going to see, the better players just making plays down the stretch. But both teams are playing, rather sloppy.
No good. Rebound comes off to Henry Koletsky. They whip the pass up ahead. Now going to go baseline. On the attack is rejected. Evans playing with that hard hut muscle. As you say, the talent. You can tell the talent is on the Oak Ridge side, but Evans is just not going to allow them to walk away with it as easily as it could be. You look up and it's 63-47, but they've gotten it to 10 a couple of times.
Fabio has 3 assists, and he has 3 SBAs, what I call should have been an assist. Because just like in that situation, he made a phenomenal pass. Great read, put it in the perfect situation for his guy to be successful. Finishing just is not at a premium in this game.
SBAs, should have been assists. Okay. That's kind of like my DC assists. Defensive credits.
Yep.
where you get the deflection or you had the help or?
Yeah, I think it's important. I think a lot of times we just look it off and say, okay, well, doesn't count, right? But if you're evaluating a prospect, him making the right read and delivering the pass in the right spot is important, because at the next level, they're going to have guys that can finish that.
Very much so. Side out of bounds for Anderson. Anderson looking, he's looking, and now he lobs it high, and it's intercepted. Basili comes away with it. Basili, oh, that's close to being intentional. Very close. Foul called on McQuay. I don't know. I don't like the way he went into his back right there. Yeah, he went for the ball, though. That's why we've got the SUV TV other angle. Fabio Basili at the free throw line. Now, he has struggled from the line today.
Yep.
And the struggles continue. Three of 8 from the free throw line today. Second one was good. 65-47 as the final seconds here of the third quarter is complete. So we go to the fourth and final frame, and it is a 65-47 18-point lead for the host, Oak Ridge Pioneers. You're watching the Breast Cancer Classic Awareness right here on SUV TV.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
The fourth and final quarter is underway. 65-47. Oak Ridge with the lead on Evans here in the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic. Now here's Fabio Basili. Basili now on the drive and has to pull it back out and gives it over to Elijah Elliott. Elliott will work on and pull. 3-ball on the way. Karams off, no rebound, back tap out. And now Evans comes away with it offensively. When we were talking about the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic, inside the lay is good from Henry Kalexi. And we were talking with Steve Reese earlier, and you know, Justin, he mentioned his father, Willie Reese, and so now we're going to bring in Willie.
Steve Sr.
Steve Sr. Yeah, now I'm about to get shot by the producer. Steve Sr., who was that? Basili just on the hoop? Yes, it was. Mr. Reese, Steve Sr., thank you very much for taking a few moments with us. Just talk about your involvement with the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic and how you've seen it grow over the years since its inception.
Well, we used to produce it in the city of Cincinnati for 10 years. When I say we, my wife and I, Barbara, and then she died of breast cancer in 2008. And then I suggested that Steve, who basically was getting into coaching and had graduated from Kentucky State and played at Kentucky State. Why wouldn't he take the cancer program over and do it here? So it's been 10 years now. We've had a lot of great players come through this classic. We have had pros and scouts, and I mean, you name them, they've been here. And some of the best coaches, high school coaches in America, have coached here, including Oak Ridge. And Oak Ridge in 2018 won the state championship, the first time this public school in history ever won. Coach Reese took them to the state championship and won. So the breast cancer is to focus on awareness, treatment, and also helping survivors be, out there and get the kind of attention. And we've given money away. We've helped and get these young men scholarships. A lot of scouts were here from colleges tonight.
Absolutely.
A lot of scouts. And they get the chance to see these young people play and give them scholarships.
And Steve, talk to me a little bit about the value and the importance of, obviously, athletics is the great equalizer. We look at it through history. It's been the place in which we've always had a seat at the table because you can't deny talent regardless of color barrier, regardless of gender. So when you're dealing with breast cancer awareness and you want to ensure that the message is not only spread but it's also heard and well heard, talk to me about the value of bringing that along with an event like this and utilizing it as a conduit for expressing that.
Well, a lot of the high school students, as you well know, have parents, uncles, relatives, and they come out and support them at the games. And then they have an opportunity to be able to spread the message, talk about it. When young people, it becomes a fashionable thing.
Yep.
And when it becomes fashionable to them, cancer can strike anywhere.
Absolutely.
Any age. And when young people are involved in talking about it, it becomes a new kind of awareness among our youth.
Yep.
And that's what we needed. We need a youthful movement to make sure that adults do the thing. They go get tested. Get your mammograms. Get your prostate checked. Got a lot of men walking around with prostate cancer, man. So, and a young guy out here playing could have prostate cancer, could have breast cancer, as well as women. So we're just excited about it, and we don't want that to ever die. They talk about COVID, but it's amazing we can come up with a drug and a shot for COVID and no shot for cancer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that tells me that we've been playing games with this thing.
Well, one of the things your son mentioned earlier that stood out to me was this being a family dynamic, and having the pleasure of being able to work with his family and everybody surrounding this being family. Talk to me a little bit about the pleasure that it gives you to watch your son. You talked about him winning the state championship here, but watching him not only carry on the legacy and carry on the baton of the foundation, but also do it at such a high level.
Well, he has a real love for young people and turning young people around. And when I come and see him not only coach, but organize this classic. And that's a lot when you talk about organize. You got to raise money. You got to get a facility. You got to negotiate contracts. You got to talk to teams and see if they'll participate. You got to get it. You got to get the message out that, hey, we got a classic. Come out and support it. I'm very, very high and very happy to see him perform at a variety of levels. So he is really doing sports administration.
Yep.
And that's something that we need to talk about.
Absolutely.
When you talk about sports administration, because it's not just we coach and I got a team. You've got to say, how many people we got in the stands? What do we need to do to break even? What do we need to do to raise amount of money to give away? How do we get the college coaches in here to look at the kids and possibly give them scholarships? How do we convince the high schools to support it? I mean, there's a lot of decisions that's got to be made. And then for African American men to have an opportunity to play a role and be able to make those kind of decisions in leadership, it's beautiful.
Absolutely, absolutely. Final question for you, Steve Senior. Talked about this being 10 years and the growth that this event has had. what does the next 10 years look like for you?
Well, we're going to probably take this to another level. And we're working on that now. And he has some surprises, and we got some surprises. But we want to stay true to helping the breast cancer and awareness. We want to stay true to trying to help young men get scholarships and go to college. We want to stay true in being active in our own community.
Absolutely.
And letting people know in our own community, let's take care of yourself. And let's also enjoy this. Look at all the fans. They love it. Black, white, Hispanic, all this is in here tonight.
Absolutely.
Unreal. I mean, you can't play this down. This is entertainment for them. And then think of the parents that are proud. They're just proud that their children is playing.
Absolutely.
Their children is participating. And then they're not out shooting somebody. They're not out stabbing somebody. They're not out raping somebody. They in the gym in an organized fashion, taking leadership and following direction.
Thank you so much, Steve Sr. We appreciate you coming to spend some time with us. Thank you for having us. It's a blessing to be here at the event.
Thank you very much, and thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you, my brother.
And a lot of us, I watch you all the time. I'm in Cincinnati,
Oh,
and I
yes,
watch
sir.
you all the time.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to tell my Cold Rain people to check you out now.
Check me out now. All right.
Steve Reese, the father of Steve Reese Jr., the head coach of this Oak Ridge squad, as we talk about the Breast Cancer Awareness Classic right here. Fabio Maselli is at the free throw line. This is actually my first time being able to broadcast the event. I'm able to make it down, so I'm just thrilled to be a part of it. And as it continues to grow, I've known Steve for quite some time, but just it hasn't worked out for me to come down, and it's time to come. And when I walked in the gym, he was glad to have me here, and I was glad to be here.
Yeah, Steve's
and actually my first time getting to work with you in a high school game.
Yeah. We had a good time down at CP3 All-Stars. But no, I mean, Steve's done a great job, and Steve's built a name for himself in the basketball space, and it's my first opportunity to broadcast his event as well. And just an elite level event, players at all levels, college coaches. I mean, to have Duke in the building, to some that may not mean much, but that says a lot when Duke sends multiple coaches to come to your event to see what's going on out there. So high-level event. Fabio Basili really turned it on during that time that Steve Reese Sr. was talking.
He did. He really shined and is continuing to shine bright like a light, filling up the box score. And the bulbs on the light bulb of the scoreboard do work. It is 84-59, and it is an official rout. We are in garbage time for Avery Anderson on the lay. Evans hung tough for a while and hung to keep it interesting, but the margin now is just too wide. Here is Reese, has it. And this Oak Ridge squad will improve to 4-0 on the season. Silly is pouring it on, of course.
I've got him with 39. I could be wrong, though.
You talked about the 100 ball earlier, and we're not too far away from it. You got how many? 39?
39.
I got 36, but we might be right there. We'll check it. We did get kind of distracted when Mr. Reese came over just from our stuff, but yeah, he got a 30 ball going, that's for sure. Free throw is good by Michael Blackman. Alley, no oop, and landed out of bounds. And they talk about the crowd. Yeah, we still do have a good crowd here, and had a good crowd earlier. Had solid crowds all day. 5 matchups here today.
Well, one of the things that I'll say, and I've seen this at a couple events recently, Steve Sr. talked about his son being in the sports administrative role, right? He's not just a coach here tonight. And the matchup, putting his team in the final game makes a lot of sense because you keep that crowd, that home fan base is here through the end of the night versus sometimes you see them play that game before the last game because they want to get that matinee or that 7 p.m. time slot, and then after that you see the crowd start to disperse a little bit. So it's been a great crowd start to finish. It's been really an elite level event. The hospitality room was amazing. Anytime I can get macaroni and cheese at a high level basketball game, I'm not complaining one bit.
And I was going to try to stay away from the hospitality room, but yeah, they kicked it up a notch. But yeah, I think each team's kind of depending on their matchups, how they match each other. Each event organizer, or as we say, event director, kind of knows what's best. And the crowd, they came for that one, and then, hey, maybe they'll hang around and see us. And as they pulled away at the half, it kind of emptied out. But overall, still a pretty good day. And now the Oak Ridge people get to enjoy a home victory here as the refs continue to extend the game for no various reason. 88-63, 2:34 to go here. Back iron, no. Rebound comes off. Evans, no shame. The 7A District 4 squad will fall to 2-2 on the year. They came in only giving up 65 points per game, but that has been blown away, and right now Oak Ridge is trying to get on their yardstick. That young man has played well, Jashawn Melvin. $19 in the game so far for Melvin. Rebound comes off to Alex Daniels. I will say this about Evans. They have not quit playing.
No, not at all.
And now Coach Reese says at the 2-minute mark, he's going to walk down and go get the crew. And he calls a timeout. Who got that last hoop? Baselli?
Johnson, Tyler Johnson.
Tyler Johnson. 90-65. And see, now if I'm the bench, can I go get me 10 points? .147 to go. Alex Patterson is into the contest. Jumper is good. Short corner. Was that Melvin or Daniel?
That was Melvin.
Melvin again, all right.
He's had a solid game here today.
Surely has. I think Melvin has played the entire way, too, and he has showed pure leadership of heart, hustle, and muscle. I'm going to get him another easy one. And one of the points that Mr. Steve Reese Sr. made is the kids are in the gym playing games, and sometimes I think people lose sight of that. Like, oh, they play ball too much. No, there's no such thing, because you could be doing other things that are a lot worse. Scoop lay from Alex Patterson. And even for the young men that are not playing, the fans that are at the game to support their classmates, teammates, and you mentioned a number of the coaches that have been in the gym all day. Melvin on the drive, and the foul was called.
Well, it doesn't look like they're gonna crack the century mark.
At the rate they're blowing this whistle, 21 and 8/10 seconds. Melvin free throw is good. And they have not stopped blowing this whistle. Three ball, no. Rebound, bounced out. Tips, and Davari Robertson has it. Cut, layup, no. Rebound, block, back up, good. Emmanuel Wrestling to beat the horn, and it is a 94-71 victory. You hang tight. I'll check that facility number. Hang on.
Big time win there for this Oak Ridge squad over Evans. I want to thank you for joining us here today. Breast Cancer Awareness Classic here at Oak Ridge High School. Just an amazing event, top to bottom. Great teams, great players. We want to thank you for joining us here on SUV TV. A major thank you to our crew. Thank you to our amazing producer, Miss Lisa Burnett. Thank you to Nike Hoops, Coach Steve Reese. This amazing event, top to bottom. This is what high school basketball is about. This is what elite basketball looks like. This is the SUVTV.com. We'll see you soon.